food subsidy bill estimated to shoot up to Rs 1.45 lakh crore by financial year 20, centre's expenditure framework. Why government is looking to increase food subsidy? What is the need for subsidies in a democracy? In the present context, how subsidies are posing threats to democracy. GS Paper 3, Issues related to direct and indirect farm subsidies. What is the context about? The government expects to more than halve its petroleum subsidy bill over the next 3 years, from 25,000 crore this year to just 10,000 crore by 2019-20. While fertilizer subsidies are expected to stay flat, the food subsidy bill is estimated to shoot up sharply from 1.45 lakh crore this year to 2 lakhs crore by 2019-20, as per the medium-term expenditure framework tabled by the Finance Ministry in Parliament. Food, fertilizer and fuel subsidies, for which the centre has budgeted over 2.4 lakh crore, are expected to rise to 2.8 lakh crore by 2019-20. But the government expects the overall proportion of subsidies to GDP to come down from 1.4% to 1.3% over the same period. Why government is looking to increase food subsidy? The food subsidy bill is set to jump due to adoption of the National Food Security Act by all states. One of their main reasons for an increase in food subsidy is to meet the repayment obligations of FCI, Food Corporation of India, to the National Small Savings Fund. What is the need for subsidies in a democracy? A welfare state without subsidies cannot be imagined. Governments have to extend subsidies to achieve objectives of socio-economic policy. By this, they aim at making basic necessities affordable to poor people through extension of consumer services, to prepare a foundation of various economic sectors in which private sector can participate later. When economy is at lower stages of development, it is often unviable and unaffordable for private sector to step in production. This is mainly because there are limited resources with private investors and there are informational externalities, uncertainties. In such case, government do hand-holding by supporting private sector by extending subsidies and withdrawing them when private sector becomes competitive. In the present context, how subsidies are posing threats to democracy. Subsidies should be aimed at specific development objectives. On achievement of these objectives, subsidies should be phased out. It is only then that subsidies can go well as with an undistorted market economy. However, in a democracy, subsidy once extended becomes a politically sensitive issue and governments suffer huge political risk if they phase out such subsidies. Over time, new subsidies are extended which pile up on older ones and they soon consume scarce revenue resources of government. This takes a heavy toll on other expenditure of the government. They are forced to cut allocation to developmental and infrastructure avenues. Further, higher subsidy expenditure pushes up fiscal and revenue deficits as government starts spending more than it earns. This fiscal deficit can be closed preferably by raising more revenue through new taxes, proactively, or by borrowing money.